Okay, so we're going to go ahead and kick off as people are dialing in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your interest in the 2026 Texas Healthcare Challenge. We are just so excited. This is going to be our eighth time that we host this hackathon here at Pegasus Park. It'll be April 17th and 18th. Some of you might have already applied, but if you haven't, and you have questions, this is what we're going to be doing today. We're just going to be giving an overview of what the hackathon is, giving some insights into the AI-powered tools that we're going to have accessible to those who are accepted, and also leave some time at the end for some Q&A. But before we begin, a quick overview of Health Wildcatters. And our CEO, Dr. Hubert Sychek, is on the call, so I'll hand it over to him real quickly to just kick us off.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Javan. I'm not sure this works, the combination, but anyway, I'll roll with it. Didn't put the tie on for you guys. Don't bring ties for the hackathon. That was a different engagement today at noon. Thank you all for coming. Yes, I would love to see your faces if you're able to. Expect to see each other's faces during the hackathon, so get used to it. So turn your cameras on if you can. It really, we don't care what the background looks like, or we know some of you are going to be at home. There might be kids crawling around. God knows what. Doesn't matter. Uh, on Health Wildcatters, real quick, so we get this out of the way. We are a healthcare seed accelerator in Dallas. We run on a little bit of angel investor money and lots of good vibes. Have invested in 130 startups in the last 13 years. Those have gone on to raise almost a $500 million. They come from 40 states, 12 countries, so we are super international. And they've solved problems in any conceivable arena in healthcare. It could be a biotech, pharma, digital health, which is probably the most prominent, medical device, diagnostic, healthcare consumer good, you name it. So lots and lots of innovation. We have startups that were started at hackathons that we have ended up investing in. Not We have not invested in one startup that has come out of our hackathon, but out of other hackathons. So we know that real companies can get created out of this experience. And of course, we are incredibly proud to put this on in conjunction with our sponsors, which is, I think we'll have a slide in a second, but Texas Health Resources is the major sponsor, which is a large hospital group here in Dallas, in case you're not familiar. I'll leave the logistics of the hackathon with Jalvin and Lindsay and the rest of the leadership team. But what I want you guys to think about is simply the fact that there are a lot of problems in healthcare that haven't been resolved. All of us have been in a clinic, in a doctor's office, in some sort of a situation and thought, oh man, why is this so complicated? Why is this so difficult? Why isn't there a solution for this? And the answer is because up until this point, everyone's just stopped there. They've stopped. They've stopped and said, oh, let me just complain. But you, all of you, are now hereby empowered to not stop there, but to say, what if I did it? And guess what? Those 130 startups that we have invested in, picked out of thousands and thousands of startups, they all started this way. Somebody said, enough is enough. I'm going to make this a priority. Now, whether you're in a position to leave your job and all that, that's all lots and lots of personal questions. But all I want to say is, it started with a single person who said, you know what? If nobody else will do it, I'll do it. And those can be wonderful businesses, of course. Incredible. Entrepreneurship is the wealth creation of our country and the world, but also the fulfillment and knowledge that you're helping others that are in your situation or in your family situation is incredibly fulfilling. So with that, I'll just punt it back over to Lindsay and Javan to tell you more about the logistics. But rest assured that you will very likely never forget this weekend in Dallas, even if this is the only hackathon you ever participate in. And that's a promise because it's a ridiculous amount of fun. It's extremely difficult to explain, but you could just look at all the people who have done it before with us and they have just had the greatest time. So it is a blast apart from all the other good stuff that comes from it. So thank you, Jalvin. Thank you, Lindsay. Kicking it back over to you. By the way, it's tax season, so I get to do all sorts of really, really fun stuff right now.
Thank you, Hubert. Thank you for those inspiring words to kick us off. Lindsay, if you want to introduce yourself real quickly, and just say hello.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lindsay. I'm with Health Wildcatters and the Texas Healthcare Challenge. I'm lucky enough to have been a part of it since the beginning in 2019 when we held our first event. And I kind of handle all the on-site logistics for the challenge and for the event. And yeah, excited to get to do it again this year. It's always a really fun time and it's cool to see what comes out of it. So looking forward to hopefully seeing all you guys there.
Thank you. Okay, so um, part of the healthcare challenge takes place. There's a lot of happening in the background, and we couldn't do it without the help of our team and co-directors and directors. And so Kevin and Mark are both Health Wildcatters alumni, and they are actually also previous hackathon attendees at a separate hackathon, but they actually met at a hackathon. And so very interesting story. You'll hear more from them. They're actually co-directors, our tech partners, and also will be here as mentors throughout that weekend. So that just gives to show that you might attend this hackathon and you might find one of your co-founders there. We also have Josue, Amber, Daphne, Emil, Kimberly, and Tazen. You can find out more about just who they are on our website, but they are also a big part of our director and co-director team in the kind of leading the planning and coordinating and making this happen. We also have our ambassadors on campus. So if you are with UTD, SMU, UT Southwestern, UT Austin, or any of these universities, you'll probably hear from them. They are in charge of spreading the word on campus and making sure that we have also students from all campuses in North Texas represented. Okay, mentors. So this is a really interesting and really great opportunity to connect with industry expertise, along with startup entrepreneurs, serial entrepreneurs, healthcare leaders, innovators. I believe we have some of our mentors on this call, including Kevin and a couple of others who will be throughout the weekend helping, facilitating, and assisting each of the teams on just being able to create a pitch deck and continue to mold the idea for the presentations on Saturday. So this is a great opportunity to connect, to network, and also to learn from these industry experts that you wouldn't have access to on a daily basis. And I think it's going to be really exciting to have just this robust expertise here. We also have some investors, so this might be an opportunity to connect with a future investor for your startups. So all that to say, a great lineup of co-directors, directors, mentors, and support that will make this weekend happen. Sponsors. So as Hubert mentioned earlier, this effort is driven by our sponsors and supporters in the community. It's for you to attend the event is at no cost, but there is some underwriting that needs to happen for the event. And so we have Texas Health as our presenting sponsor. They've been a sponsor for about 3 years, and each year they select a track theme. We'll go over that track theme a little bit later in the slides, but they're big supporters, and they'll also have some of their leadership on site throughout the weekend. We have SMU Cox, Spears Institute for Entrepreneurial Leadership, Children's Health, Dell Technologies, Lyda Hill, Biotech at Pegasus Park, Wells Fargo, and Health Wildcatters. We're the main organizers of the event. Okay. So why join the Texas Healthcare Challenge? So you'll be able to tackle some of these critical challenges through collaboration and entrepreneurship. We have a wide, we have many people from different industries. We have students, we have providers, we have doctors, healthcare leaders, investors, just various people from various walks of life, industries, and professions joining this healthcare hackathon. And I think some of the best ideas come from that mixture, right? The Medici effect, if you haven't heard of that term, it's basically the combination of multiple industries and multiple knowledge to create a solution to something. So it's a great opportunity to kind of cross industry collaboration, new business ideas in software, biotech, and beyond. You have the opportunity to also to compete for prizes, up to 10K in prizes collectively, engage with diverse voices, researchers, engineers, designers, and more, build meaningful connections. I know that some hackers who have stayed as friends and they continue to hang out after the hackathon, you'll be able to connect with others in the industry, potentially your next job, your next, mentor you might meet at this hackathon. So there's a lot of great things that can come from the healthcare hackathon. And it's a great opportunity to just, go outside of your comfort zone or outside of your day-to-day to truly brainstorm and create a solution for healthcare. Okay. And I'm going to share here briefly, hopefully this works, recap from last year's hackathon.
I'm Gina Rangnow, the founder of Beam Wellness, and this year I served as MC for the Texas Healthcare Challenge. As a Health Wildcatters alumni, I am so happy to be here and experience the entrepreneurial spirit in full force. Every member who walks through the doors is excited and passionate about solving a problem in healthcare, and it is absolutely inspiring. The energy here has been nothing short of incredible. I'm really excited about health innovation, especially all of the amazing ideas that come from the unique backgrounds of the participants. Many of the participants pitch problems that have affected them in a particular way. The Texas Healthcare Challenge is an incredible program. Participants join and hack a specific problems for 48 hours. It's an intensive day and a half, but the teams come up with real solutions to real problems.
Hackathons play an important role in the community. It allows people who have an interest in trying something, an interest in innovating, to meet up with others and come up with an idea, a problem to solve, and then come up with an idea to solve that problem. And companies are formed at these hackathons. It's not a requirement. It should also be fun. You get to know other people and collaborate, and generally have a good idea of what can and cannot be done to solve a certain problem.
Events like this are really important because there is a pretty large disconnect, I think, between the business development community and the healthcare community. And I've been really inspired by a lot of the young folks that are here and the great ideas that they have and the passion that they carry. And it really seems like the overarching theme is to make healthcare better and not to just make money, and that's very encouraging.
Yeah, so the reason why we wanted to come back to Dallas and sponsor the hackathon event together with Health Wildcatters is that we see an immense potential when it comes to applying artificial intelligence to the challenges in the healthcare space.
At Texas Health, we're very committed to innovation in healthcare. We think it's necessary to help us all achieve the healthcare system we want. But we know we can't do it all ourselves. So when you can find a great organization like Health Wildcatters to partner with, a known leader in the healthcare innovation space, it made natural sense for us to partner on the hackathon.
At the Texas Healthcare Challenge, we hack, innovate, and shape the future of healthcare.
As mentor lead, I thought we had a great cohort of mentors from different fields, clinicians, researchers. We also had a lot of people from the business and finance sector, which I thought was really helpful for our hackers this year.
Well, at SMU, in the Cox School of Business and the Spears Institute, we're a big believer in supporting the innovation ecosystem here in Dallas. What I've loved so far in this event is just the energy that the teams have brought, the creative ideas, thinking that these teams have only come together in the last couple of days, it's really incredible to see what they've been able to come up with. So glad that we played a role, and looking forward to continuing to do so in the future.
Thanks for joining us and helping shape the future of healthcare.
Okay. So I hope that added a little bit of clarity on what the weekend looks like, but also, as Gina said, hack, innovate, and shape the future of healthcare. So if there's anything that you remember from today's call, is that if you do attend, you'll hack, you'll innovate, and you'll be part of helping shape the future of healthcare. We had a couple of AI partners on the video. This year, we're changing it up a little bit. We'll have 2 new AI tech partners. And the cool thing about this is that with these tools, you'll have the ability to actually come up with a prototype during the hackathon. So Puba AI is a platform that will help you code and create your app in under 5 minutes. And so they'll be our featured AI tech partner. They'll be on site for our info session, which I'll explain more about here towards the end of the slides. And also we'll have Protoboard, which is also a platform that will help you map out medical devices and how to create your device through AI. And so you'll have these tools at your access to be able to create your prototypes, to brainstorm, and to truly come out with a potential product that you can actually start your startup with. And so the goal with this is to just help facilitate the process of creating an actual startup. So we'll have a couple of tracks here. As I mentioned earlier, Texas Health Resources is one of our presenting sponsors, and their main track is improving the health of our community. And so with that, they're looking for solutions that will help improve the health of our communities, but also through different sub areas. And I'll explain a little bit later on that. The med device track led by Protoboard, which is the platform that I mentioned with one of our AI tech partners. The pre-hacking track, which I'll explain here on our next slide. And this will give you the ability to form your team before the actual hackathon to not only have access to AI tools early on, but also to continue to work on your idea with some time ahead of the actual hackathon. And then we'll have the AI blockchain track. And number 5 is open track, which is really anything that doesn't fall under these categories. Okay, so you might be asking, what is the pre-hacking track? It's exactly what it is, pre-hacking track. So before the hackathon, you'll have an opportunity to attend an in-person info session. Once you've been accepted, we'll provide information to that. This will be taking place on April 1st. And what will happen there is that you'll have the ability to get access to the AI tools that we mentioned in the previous slides. But you'll also have the opportunity to, if you yourself have an idea, present that idea and actually form the team officially at this info session. We're requiring for a team lead to take charge of that team. So by the end of the info session, you'll need to complete a form on site that we'll have readily available. And that'll just let us know that you have officially submitted to be a part of the pre-hacking track. Pre-hacking track won't be available the day of the event on the 17th because it's the pre-hacking track. So you'll need to have time ahead to form your team, pre-hack and gain access to these tools. And then you must commit to fully competing during the hackathon. And so the track is designed for those who might already have an idea of what they're going to pitch and just want to start pitching or want to start hacking early on and just start using these tools and have a more solidified business pitch for the weekend. And so we do require for a team to have 4 to 6 people by the end of the info session. But if you don't have 4 to 6 people, you'll be in charge of finding the remainder of the team members by the first day of the hackathon. Okay, and as I mentioned earlier, the THR track, it's improving the health of our communities, and the subsets are advancing health outcomes, access, sustainability, and experience. And so This big paragraph here just basically says that they're interested in innovative solutions that will optimize care models for outcomes, efficiency, and sustainability, but also advance the patient experience and access to resources outside of the traditional care models. So think about innovative, it could be an app, it could be a platform, it could be a device, it could be a program, really anything that falls under this. So what does the healthcare challenge look like? So we kind of saw the video a little bit. It's Friday and Saturday. You might have seen a lot of people with like coffees, Red Bulls, or, energy drinks, their laptops. So on Friday night, you're going to pitch. So individuals who may have an idea have the opportunity to pitch, whereas individuals that don't and just want to join a team, they'll be able to hear from those pitches. You'll have the opportunity to mix, hack, receive feedback with our mentors, continue to iterate with our mentors, and then on Saturday night, present. So problem pitching. This happens Friday night. So if you don't submit an idea during our info session for the pre-hacking track, on that Friday, you'll be able to sign up on site to pitch. You'll receive a number, and with that number, you'll line up, and then we're going to go one by one on presenting those pitches. You'll have 60 seconds. You'll need to be very specific, but you can't present a solution. So you'll have to pitch a problem that you want to solve. Okay. Okay, and then you'll mix. So this is when the team formation happens. Again, some of you might already have that advantage that you already started forming your teams at the pre-hacking track. But if you didn't, Friday will be the time where you begin to mix and mingle, find the team that you want to be a part of, or find the team members that you want on your team. And then you hack. So some teams form early on. They already know what they're going to do, and they'll start hacking immediately after they form their team on Friday. Some might still not be sure on which team they want to join, and so they'll continue kind of mixing and mingling up until Saturday morning. But you need to have a team completely complete by Saturday morning and submit your form that you've created your team. And this we'll add some more clarity the actual weekend. So I'm just kind of giving an outline of what the weekend looks like. And then while you're hacking, you'll be receiving feedback from our mentors. We have a mentor matching process. Again, with the mentors that I showed earlier, we'll match these mentors according to your needs, according to potentially there's an entrepreneur who might have developed something similar that you are wanting to develop. So we'll pair them up with your team. And then also rotate some of the mentors that we have on site, whether it's an IP, a business model question, a business deck, a pitch deck, marketing, all things will have expertise on site. And then you'll continue to iterate. So a lot of teams will come up with an idea, and then that'll evolve until like Saturday before they submit the pitch. As long as you have it on your pitch and it's clear, you can continue to iterate. Mentoring process. So you'll have a mentor assigned to the team. Mentors are there to support, not to create more work. And they're there to, provide feedback and support, the expertise and experience. And they'll also assist with the AI tools. The judging criteria. So again, I said we have up to $10,000 in prizes and in-kind opportunities. So we're going to have different criteria that we're going to be looking at. The judges that are going to be scoring your pitches will be looking at these different categories, including innovation, health impact, business model, presentation, track theme, and AI. So these are the questions that they're going to be asking when considering your pitch presentation and also your idea. And this is the overview schedule for the weekend. So we're hoping to start at 4:30 to have the event kickoff. And this is when you can come, register, get a feel, get yourself situated. We'll have 5:30 p.m., welcome opening presentations and hacking 101. So basically giving an overview of what's going to happen throughout the weekend. And also this is whenever the pitches are going to be taking place. 6:15 problem pitches start. We'll also have some guest speakers, including a previous hacker who is now a full-time entrepreneur, and also an entrepreneur who used all AI tools to build their now startup. And then at 7 p.m., we'll start team formation, mixing, mingling. We'll have dinner on site as well, so you don't have to worry about that. And at 9 p.m., we'll end day one. And then Saturday, doors will be opening up at 8 a.m. We'll have 9 a.m. Saturday kickoff and AI presentations. So again, with this, we'll have both of our AI tech partners present on the tools and also share a little bit about their entrepreneurial journey. And then we'll also have an investor slash entrepreneur sharing their journey as a hacker as well. 9:30 a.m. teams will begin hacking. At 10 a.m. is whenever that team formation sheet submission deadline is for those who pitched on Friday. And then at 12, lunch and swag pickup, you'll have the opportunity to take a group photo, pick up your swag items. We'll also have some really fun additions, including a photo booth or photo opportunities. So there's going to be a lot of great activations and fun things to do as well. It's not going to be all serious. It'll be a fun environment and a vibrant environment to just have fun and also innovate. At 4 p.m., we'll have tech check and presentations will be due. 5 p.m. is whenever the actual pitches take place with the panel of judges. 6:30, we'll have dinner. And then while everybody's having dinner, the judges will be deliberating on the winning teams on the different tracks. And 7:15, we'll have some speakers. The judges will, go up and share the winners. And then at 9 p.m., sadly, the event will be ending. So that's kind of what the schedule looks like at the moment. But if there might be some changes on times, but this is what the framework usually looks like. And of course, we always ask that you share. First of all, follow us on Health Wildcatters for all updates on judges, mentors, and exciting things coming up. So you can follow us on LinkedIn, Health Wildcatters, and our Instagram, Health Wildcatters. And we also have a Facebook. But during the weekend, we'll ask that you take pictures and tag us. And we have some social media prizes as well, including gift cards, cash prizes, so that whoever posts the most will have the opportunity to be a part of these winning social media prizes. And this is the in-person info session and pre-hacking session that I was alluding to earlier. This will take place April 1st at 4:30 p.m. at Health Wildcatters. If you haven't been to Health Wildcatters, we're based at Pegasus Park on the 13th floor. And so what will happen here is we'll have another info session, a presentation on the AI tools from the founders, and then access to this. And this is when you can start, pitching your idea and, mingling with others who are also at the in-person info session and begin forming your team. And this is only for accepted hackers. So once you receive your acceptance email, you'll have the opportunity to register with a link once you've confirmed your attendance as a participant. Okay, I know that was a lot of information. I can feel the excitement. So I wanted to open it up to Q&A. If you want to, turn your cameras on, make it more casual. And I know, Hubert, you wanted to mention something.
Yeah, I'll jump right in, and everyone, please chime in as well. Just one mystery to solve here, because I am not a programmer and neither are Javelin and Lindsay. So if we had to program code, it'd be a sad day. But lucky you, a hackathon used to be defined by people that are literally all coders. And as of the last few years, and especially with the tools that we have here, not just is this hackathon a solutions hackathon, meaning you're coming up with solutions. You don't have to necessarily code something or create a piece of code. You're creating a solution. It could be a business solution or an idea that you're fleshing out over those 2 days, or if you pre-hack before that. Also, if you do indeed want to program something, you now can, because the AI tools we have available will allow you to create apps and other things without knowing a single digit of coding. So this is a universal thing that's happened in the last couple of years, that you don't really need to know coding anymore to create software. Just wanted to demystify that bit. We'll continue with the terminology of hacking, but the reality is it's creating solutions for existing problems. It could be business solutions, there could be actually a device that you create with AI, or it could be code or an app that you're also creating with AI without having to know it. But there will be people here that help you with all that, to help you learn the tools, understand all those. And so that's just because in my world, that was always scary to me. I'm a physician by training. I don't have any coding experience. So just know that that is not something you need to know, and never has been in our version of the hackathon, actually.
Thank you, Hubert. Any questions? Feel free to put it in the chat, or unmute yourself. Benoin? And I'm sorry, how do you pronounce your name correctly?
Vin's fine. That
Vin. Okay.
I go by Vin. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess just to clarify, so if you're working, I mean, I'm assuming that only folks who are working on some sort of like an app or a digital solution is what uh you're seeking, right? Not really. I know you mentioned a medical device, but it has to be tied in with some sort of like an AI tool, say.
No, it doesn't have to be tied. It's just, something that we were presenting, but if that is a tool or an idea that you have, it can go under the open track. And like I said, anything under the health innovation umbrella can be a part of that solution. So not necessarily using one of our tools or one of the tech partner tools. It could be really anything.
Sure. And I had another follow-up question.
Yeah.
That's okay. And so if we already have a prototype and we're, in a, let's just say like pre-FDA phase, how do we stand? I guess, are we still welcome to apply?
Is your company formed already?
Yes.
Okay. I think at the moment we are not accepting companies.
Okay.
So
I
you
missed
can
that. Thank you.
definitely, yeah, no worries. You can definitely apply to solve a problem, but I don't think we're accepting companies at the moment.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
I had a question.
Yes, please.
Yes. So my question was, in general, let's say I put in my pitch and my pitch did not get accepted, but I could still team up with the other pitchers that are accepted, right?
That's correct. Yes. So
That's correct.
sometimes, there's 40 pitches, right?
Right.
And only out of those 40 pitches, we end up with
Mhm.
12, 15 teams. And so you'll still be able to participate, maybe not under your idea. Let's hope so, right? But if not, you can join another team.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in terms of the product, you need a prototype for the product, not an actual working product, right? So let's say I am coming up with a device which will track data or track integration. So you need a prototype of that. Well, because one day is not enough to create the product.
Yeah, probably a prototype would be great.
Right.
Or a mock-up, but we're shooting
Mock-ups.
prototypes at the moment.
Prototypes. Oh, thank you. Look forward to meeting y'all on April
Yeah,
1st.
thank you,
Yeah,
Misha.
thank you.
This may be a dumb question. I'm not pitching, but I'm just interested in participating in networking. I'm a mentor. I'm assuming I can just show up and play along, or is this only applicants and approved mentors?
Yes, so it'll be applicants or David, we can speak offline, but for mentors, we have the ones on our website currently. But we can hop offline.
Yeah, generally that process is a lengthy one. And all of you are applying to this now, and there's a we have to we get more applications than we have spots. So that's a process. And then on the mentor side, yeah, that's a fairly formal process as well. Who comes on board, because we also have limits there on who we can have involved, how much space we have, and how many we need of each kind, and prioritize.
Thank you, David.
But anyone's welcome to participate. So no matter who you are, I mean, we have participant. You don't have to be a college kid or a grad student. I mean, we have people participating that are my age and older. That's very old, is what I'm trying to say. And people, as any age group, any experience level, don't be shy about that. You don't ever think, oh, this is for 20 somethings only. It isn't. We'll have a lot in that age group, 2030s, but there'll be plenty of people who are get a little bit of gray hair, and everyone brings a different viewpoint, different ideas, different talents, and this is what it's all about. We love to mix it up.
And I just got a message from Sanvi. Hi, Sanvi. She said, do you guys accept undergraduate students? We do. Like I said, this is open to all undergrad up until, serial to retired. We have all ages and all ranges. And so please do apply if you're thinking about it.
Over 18.
Yes. Thank you.
Or 18 and up, yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
I think I'm good for now.
Well, mentioned, I know it was touched on briefly. There is also prize money. It never is the primary motivator, nor, I hate to break the news, are you gonna, retire on this money? But there is some prize money, and there are also in-kind prizes and all sorts of other things along the way. So it's fun. It's literally rewarding potentially, and we're grateful to our sponsors that allow us to also give away money. There'll also be in-kind prizes. There'll be a few fun prizes. We have a beauty sponsor. I don't think Jovelyn and Lindsay might not even know this yet. There's an beauty sponsor, so I'll tell you later. Anyway, we'll have some fun with all that stuff, like and raffle something off and do things like that as we can as well. So
wonderful.
So with pitching ideas, I guess are we going to be like pitching these early or like before the actual meetup to y'all and y'all approve them, or how does this work?
So if you do want to do the pre-hacking track, you can do it at the info session that we're going to be having on April 1st, and we'll provide more details once you receive the acceptance email. And then if you don't pitch at that one, you'll have the opportunity to sign up on the actual weekend on April 17th, that Friday when you register. You'll have a table where you sign up and you pitch your idea. So it's not going to be accepted or declined by us. It's going to be more if your team forms and if you form a team that weekend.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. And like I said, how many of you have actually applied on the website? Raise your hand or give me a thumbs up on the chat.
I think so. I'll go check.
Okay. Okay. Not yet. Needed more info. Okay. We hope that you do apply. But if you haven't applied and you were just curious, you'll go on this link and it says apply now, and there's a form where you submit your information, the why of why you want to participate, and you should be receiving an answer in 1 to 2 weeks. So we're excited about you all kind of, being here this afternoon. I know everybody has different things on their plates and have a busy schedule, but we're very excited that we're having our 8th hackathon. And I can't wait to meet you all in person. Somebody said we are a team of 5 participating as part of a class assignment. Okay. How are applicants selected? So applicants will be selected through a committee that reviews, and we want people from different walks and ranges, and so the committee will review the applications and send acceptance emails, and so that's how the applicants are accepted. Okay. Any closing remarks, comments, thoughts?
I have a question. My product is a one designed for patients with long-term healthcare issues, undiagnosed patients. I solved my case and presented it to the National Institutes of Health, and they accepted it. And so my question would be is, my model is very, very succinct, very well thought out, months and months old. Would the initial meetings with you guys, the hackathon, would that be something that you would recommend I start with, or maybe hold off, apply, and come in with my pitch deck and whatnot, and talk then? I am in discussions with private investors currently, at the multi-meeting level even.
Thank
I
you.
think we can take this offline. I don't completely understand. I mean, this is an info session for the hackathon. So
Very good.
actually come in and propose a problem and then work with others to come up with a solution. So it sounds like you have a business, and so this is not
Yeah, it's not formalized yet, but I'm absolutely in the R&D stages,
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess, let's keep the conversation going and see. But generally, it's not meant to come in with a solution and then get
Agreed.
the others to, just sign on. And but anyway, there's a lot of leeway overall, and we want as much diversity in the room as possible and talented people, and so.
Well, I'd like to explore it for sure.
Good deal. Well, I think that's great. Thanks everyone for joining. I don't see any more hands up, and we're also coming up on time, so we'll yield the rest of the afternoon to you. Looking forward to having all you, and hopefully we get to see not just a bunch of you, but also a bunch of cool ideas that you're working on that will be a result of this experience. So we're confident it will be. So.